Must be one of those days, huh, buddy? Hey, we're back. So it is Wednesday afternoon. It is 2 days after we sorted. We sorted on Monday. Starting over here just because it's a little quieter over here. But it's actually not too bad as far as how much the calves are kind of bellowing. You can hear them in the background. This morning, actually, when I got up, let the dog out, it was like 5 o'clock. And when I let him out, there was not a peep, nothing. When I left for work, there was one or two that you could hear. And that was about it. So actually for being 2 days, that's pretty darn decent. Tomorrow, there won't be anything. They won't be bawling at all. We'll get over there and we'll show you how the calves are doing. So here we're back up in front of the mangers. You know, kind of looking at the yard here. Now, yesterday, I didn't record anything yesterday, basically because we got 3 inches of rain yesterday. It literally started in the morning. It was raining when I went to work, and it was raining all the way through till about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock last night. And I think Dad checked the rain gauge this morning, and we had like 3 inches of rain overnight, or all of yesterday. So now the way we get bales downstairs, if there's animals in the barn, we got to drop the bale from up here, up in the upstairs of the barn. One of these years, we'll take care of those doors. But when we went into round bales, this chute used to be totally different. It was only actually like half as wide, because you just throw small squares down. And then there was actually a ladder to go down, to get down there instead of having to walk all the way around. When we went into round bales, we made this twice as wide. We insulated it, but it really doesn't need to be insulated, and honestly the insulation's starting to fall down and stuff. So don't fall down there because it's concrete. But it's only wide enough for 4-foot bales. So we've got these guys a little bit of bedding. They didn't need a huge amount. I mean, yeah, their old bedding is pretty wet. This will be enough. They'll scatter it around. There's some piles that they'll scatter around. We got the lick tubs out, and these guys are already hitting the lick tubs, which is awesome. They were only out for like 5 minutes, and they're already licking on it. In the lick tubs, what I'll typically do is I'll take a salt block, and I'll break it in half and put a half in each tub. So that way they'll get their salt. And I'll break them in half basically for the sole purpose that if I leave a full block in there, typically the calves will actually tip it right out of the thing, out of the bucket, especially when it's a new tub. But that's how things are going on weaning. They're doing really, really well, especially despite the weather, because the weather's been garbage. But they're doing really well. They're getting to the feed. They're mowing into the grass, and that's, as long as they're staying on feed, that's all that matters. And the lick tubs are only going to help them. And we've got cull cows in the barn. We got them bedded. They got their water. So everybody's quiet. Everybody's happy. Hey, guess what? It rained again. Yeah, so it rained again today. We didn't get a whole lot, not as much as the other day. I think maybe just a 1/4 inch, but it's been gloomy dreary, drizzly day all day today. And as you can or can't hear, so this would be the third day, there's barely any sounds of anything. There's more bellowing coming from our cull cows than there is from our calves. So as you can see, our yard is filthy again because of the rain. So we got to put a couple bales bedding out there tonight. Looks like they did a little bit of ground feed, but yeah, these guys are pretty calm. And hopefully it dries out a little bit this weekend because we're going to be digging into that. So for those of you that like the grinding video, you'll get another one. Today I think we're prepping. I think we're going to work on setting up the form to pour the slab for the water. It's not a real big slab. And I don't know what my dog is going nuts for. There's a big chunk of water over there where it collects as it runs down. He probably went in there and he's acting like a total nutball. So one last thing we did for the evening was we threw a little bit of fresh ground feed in the bunks. Calves are really starting to figure out what it's all about. Even me and Dad were even mentioning when he went in to do the bedding that these guys really don't get too excited about the tractor being in there. They're pretty chill about it. And we think because of the way we've been feeding round bales out there that they've really taken to the tractor and they know what that's all about. They don't get too spooked with it. So these guys are pretty chilled out, and I mean this is day 3. We get a little bit of bellowing yet, but you know, they'll bellow for a couple minutes and that's about it. So yeah. Little bankroll bull has been eating quite a bit of feed. Got himself a little bite. And he got pooped on. Must be one of those days, huh, buddy? As you see, the weaning process is going pretty decent, even despite the weather. Hopefully this turns. It's actually supposed to get pretty darn cold next week. Down like highs in the 30s. Not crazy about that, especially for October with Halloween coming around the corner. But yeah. Feeding went okay today. We kind of got our form set up. I'll show you that quick. So nothing fancy. I mean, it's just 2x6s and stuff like that. We were kind of debating the way that the water is actually set up. We could maybe offset this a little bit, but that water is only like 16 inches wide. And so that's a little update for Thursday. And yeah, we'll probably just do a little bit of feeding and stuff like that. Probably not too much work stuff other than feeding on a Friday. Also, we don't really have a whole lot to do. Actually, we just need to get some supplies. Dad needs to go get some concrete. And I don't think we'll pour it tomorrow. Probably pour it Saturday morning. But we got pouring the pad, grinding corn this weekend, and we got to run calves through the barn this weekend. So lots of fun stuff. Hope you liked the video. Please comment, subscribe. Thanks for coming along.